What's going on, people? This is your boy Millionaire Favor, and in this video I have something very special. The title of this video is going to be called, actually is called, based on the thumbnail and in the title below, is the major con about being an entrepreneur. And I'm saying this based on experience. Now, this is not a lecture. This is a relationship. This is me being open and vulnerable to you guys, and based on my experience, to prepare you for what is to come if you're a new entrepreneur, or if you're already an entrepreneur and you're on this journey towards building a product or a business or something, how you can get your mindset right in terms of these situations. So entrepreneurship, right? Usually when you are an entrepreneur, you're usually amongst the 5%, maybe even 1% of the people in this world, because your thinking is different, right? You're thinking about the next great idea, the next great product, the next great invention. You're thinking about something to do that will serve the rest of the population. Now, you see, in this time of thinking, there's usually one thing that is happening, right? It comes about one word, and that word is loneliness. You see, only the strong people can actually persist through the lonely times during the time of creation. Now, this is based on experience. So a couple of weeks ago, right, I have a business, I have a digital marketing agency, and all my time, effort, and energy is going towards building my agency right now. And sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes I get really lonely, and I used to think, right, that surrounding myself with people will eventually make me feel whole. Like surrounding myself with friends or something will make me feel whole. But then what I found out was that trying to force yourself to surround with people is actually contradicting your success as an entrepreneur. Because entrepreneurship, right, when you're starting the journey, you're starting from here, right? And what's happening is that you're leaving where you are to go to another position. So you're leaving every single person. Now, when I mean leaving, I'm talking about the way of thinking and the way of thoughts and beliefs. You're leaving them here and you're going somewhere else. Where it is that you're going, you can't see it physically, but you feel it on the inside, right? So during the journey, because you can't see it, you start to feel lonely. You start to feel, who can I connect with? Who can I communicate with? Who can I talk to, right? You start to feel like all your hard work is basically for nothing, right? But I want to let you guys know that don't think that way, because what is happening right now is that you're leaving where you are just so, I want you to hear me, just so you can eventually meet people just like you right here. Let me go back to me last week, right? So last week I was feeling lonely, right? Actually, it's been like 2 months now, actually. Feeling very lonely, still focused on my business, feeling empty on the inside, feeling like, what the fuck am I doing? And for a split second, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I can just stop what I'm doing and just go back and just go to parties and have fun. But then a part of me was like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Go back and have fun. Like, are you okay? Type shit, right? And, you know, I went to my sister's place. My sister, you know, that's my sister. I love her. I was bonding with her, but I still felt lonely. I saw some of my friends having fun, but I still felt lonely. Hanging out with people, still felt lonely. You know, still working on my business. Now, here's the funny thing, right? When I'm working on my business, when I'm creating my business, right? Because I'm alone, I feel lonely. But now here's the thing: when I'm taking those major actions that will put me where I want to be, where I see myself in the future, taking those actions to create the life I want for myself. After those actions are created, guess what? I feel on top of the world. Now, I think that's what entrepreneurship is. I think the fulfillment and bliss comes from the creation that you get when you create something to serve the major population, to serve the rest of humanity. Right? So now here's also what I figured out during my time of loneliness, was that when you're lonely as an entrepreneur, now I'm talking to entrepreneurs now, if you're not an entrepreneur right now, it's still fine. This can still play out in your life, right? But this is just experience. When you're lonely as an entrepreneur, right, Trying to find something on the outside to fix what is going on the inside will leave you and set you up for failure. I want you to hear me. Trying to find something on the outside to fix what is going on the inside will set you up for failure, because now you're basically being vulnerable and letting your self-worth and self-reliability as a human individual rely on something that is on the external part of your human being. This is what I figured out. Rather than doing that, during that time of loneliness, question yourself, what I'm doing right now, is this what I really want to do? Is this what is this me? You know, because if that's you, right? If this is what you really want to do, the reason why you're sacrificing all the things that you can be doing today so you can have the things other people will not have tomorrow, the reason why you're doing that, right? Ask yourself, the reason why I'm doing this, is it worth it? Is this it? Right? Now feel me. I figured out that in order to do that, in order to feel whole and not feel lonely, right? I figured out that I'm not lonely or I'm not sad. I'm not. And you who are watching this video, if you're feeling that way, if you're with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife, right? You're not lonely because you're lonely, because it's loneliness. You feel lonely because you're thinking greater, because you're going somewhere greater, because you're going towards a greater stand, a greater table. You're going to a place where it's less populated, where it's less crowded. But guess what? At that place, you eat better, you sleep better, and you do everything better. So my brother, my sister, my fellow entrepreneur, I don't want to make this video too long. I just want to let you know that whatever it is you're going through, don't stop. Don't stop. When it comes, when you feel lonely, think about the dream that you created for yourself. Think about it all the time and go towards it. One last advice. When you're creating your life with your imagination, create your life in a way of fulfillment and prosperity and abundance and blissfulness. Add happiness, add relationships, add things that you feel that is missing at this point where you are as an entrepreneur to your imagination. So that way, when you're creating your business and creating your life and taking the action, you feel as if those things are happening right now. And guess what? Eventually, they will. This has been your boy, Millionaire Favour. That being said,